On a dark night, you can look into the blackest parts of the sky, the virtually infinite depths of outer space, and it might give you a strange feeling. Great depths seem to pull us in. It's similar to the feeling you get when looking down from heights or into a deep abyss. Awe and dread. A growing sense of alarm that you might jump or be sucked in. As the black sheep or scapegoat growing up, your choices and style of thinking would have been criticized or casually dismissed as weird. You would have been told that whatever you want will probably lead to an uncertain outcome. Your way of doing things might be unwise, untested, potentially dangerous. Feeling incapable of making good decisions that affect your outcome, the call of the void is going to cause you to disconnect and drift into the abyss within yourself. Internalize, get lost in distraction. It's exhilarating but terrifying because it's an open invitation.
Have you ever seen a portal?
Has he ever told you about his friend Frank?
We tend to think that it's possible to answer any question. We just need more science, more time. But infinity is different. The limitless, unknowable void confronts us with our limitations, our own mortality. We want to know everything that's out there, explore every star system, and learn every secret. But there's always more just beyond our reach. Infinity is unknowable. But what if you were going to live forever? This question ignites our curiosity by removing the stress of choosing. Live without the limitations of time, what would you do then? Who would you become?
I'm flesh and blood, but not human. I haven't been human for 200 years.
From the novel by Anne Rice.
This question is often explored in fiction through immortal character tropes like vampires or through devices like time loops. What is interesting about these stories is that often the character's goal is actually to become mortal, breaking the cycle. The prospect of eternal life relieves us of our fear of death, but robs us of the urgency to do anything. Our actions become more and more meaningless as they become disconnected with the humanity that we've left behind. With infinite time, nothing needs to be sacrificed due to practical limitations, so we could pursue every passing fancy. We could prepare and research for decades without taking a real step forward. Many of us live that way now. This is one aspect of time blindness, which is a symptom of ADHD. Philosopher Soren Kierkegaard coined the term lost in the infinite. To lose oneself in the infinite is to live as though life is nothing but a series of endless experiments. Different paths are sampled and personalities tried on for size, but no enduring choice or commitment is ever really made. Someone who is lost in the infinite becomes obsessed with who they could potentially become. Yet, in reality, it's difficult to really become anything, and you lose yourself in the process.
How about now?
I prefer the real Raven. I said the real Raven. Perfection.
That's why the fantasy of living forever is so appealing. How would you spend your time if you were never going to die is giving you permission to make bad choices, and it just wouldn't matter. You can always try again. Maybe in that vast expanse of time, even I could be great. We're intoxicated by the limitless potential of each moment, but afraid of the necessity of sacrificing all those potential selves to become anything in particular. If the experiences you want to have are innumerable. Then how do you choose? What criteria do we use? What if I make a bad choice and I'm stuck with it? I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another was a brilliant professor, and another fig was E.G., the amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Africa and South America, and another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions, and another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion. And beyond and above those figs were many more figs that I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest, and as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black. And one by one, they plopped to the ground at my feet. It's difficult to make good decisions and stick to them. It's more difficult when you're overwhelmed from thinking about all the things you could do, need to do, or want to do. Modern life expectancy is longer than ever, but we're more and more obsessed with the idea that we don't have enough time. The pressure of productivity as a measure of value. What? Hello. What? We feel like we need to do more to be happy and end up doing a lot of things, which ultimately makes us unhappy. Getting what we want requires focus and commitment. It requires the sacrifice of clear choice. What I really lack is to be clear in my mind what I am to do. What matters is to find a purpose, to find a truth that is true for me, to find the idea for which I am willing to live and die. This is what my soul thirsts for. The trick is to combine your waking, rational abilities with the limitless possibilities of your dreams, because if you can do that, you can do anything. Becoming a self is painful, and many of us choose to avoid it by drifting in space without really making a choice. To escape drifting, make a choice. Choose a path based on your values and your practical reality. What are you excited about, and what will you actually follow through on? Like the figs of the fig tree, each path will be different, but also familiar. They're all just figs, after all. Wherever you go, there you are.
Where is he taking her?
Away from here.
Away. You can make it. Come on!
I'm not going to live forever. None of us will. If you live like there's always more time, you'll actually be less likely to take risks, act with urgency, and use your time wisely. In the film Bucket List, Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman are looking at the pyramids, and Jack comments that the view of the sunset over the pyramids is majestic.
See the pyramids? And witness something majestic. This is about as majestic as it gets.
Wait till you see my mountain.
Oh, yeah. Your mountain.
There used to be a small plaque hanging over the door where I lived. It said, "No one can choose your mountain. or tell you when to climb. There are a lot of mountains. Find yours and climb it. Don't compare your climb to anyone else's. Your climb, your mountain, your time, unique. The film wraps up with the questions that I think really do help define what's important in life.
Have you found joy in your life? Has your life brought joy to others?
How do you bring joy to yourself? How do you bring joy to others? How are you already doing that? You expand that love, that joy. In the movie, Nicholson takes the list of things to do that they're excited about, taps it with his pen and says,
We got a real opportunity here.
I love that he's so excited about what is possible now that they've limited their focus, decided what's going to make them happy, be able to die without regrets. Get excited about what's possible when you limit your focus like a laser, because it goes farther, faster. You can't do everything. But when you look up at the stars in the sky, don't get lost in all the stars. Look for your constellation, your navigation star. We can appreciate other people's lives without living them, other potentials without doing them.
You once said you're not everyone. Well, that's true. You're certainly not everyone. But everyone is everyone. Our lives are streams flowing into the same river towards whatever heaven lies in the mist beyond the falls.
No single item on your bucket list could ever truly answer the question, what do you want to do before you die? And the whole list wouldn't come close. Being satisfied with your life is something that's lived day by day. The point of curiosity about your potential isn't to ultimately answer the question, to get it right or wrong. It's to ride that curiosity into deeper curiosity, to be in conversation with the mystery of your place in the universe. You are the tool for the universe to understand itself. You came from the stars to investigate and to be something and to share that with others. Find that joy and share it with a community, not an online community, the people physically around you. Make them your family. They will multiply your joy. You are destined to travel your universe with this combined feeling of awe and dread. Awe about what is possible, the unique beauty of your choices, lamentation about the possibilities that you will choose to never realize, the possibilities you will never pursue. Will all be gone.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die.
Thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing and want to support that, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel, visit us at ADHD Go to check out the resources there, and I'll also leave a link to my Udemy course in the description of this video. Bye.